The music publications and websites call Lily and Madeleine a folk-pop duo, but judging by their most recent album, Canterbury Girls, that description, I think, unfairly pigeonholes the sisters from Indianapolis. You can hear many influences from many musical worlds in their work. Lily and Madeleine have been back home again in Indiana for the last few years after making their home base New York City for a while. They have a new album on the way, and they're playing a WFYI live concert with Public Universal Friend this Friday. How are you?
Great.
So good.
I went back and I listened to your very first EP, and then I listened to your most recent album, Canterbury Girls, which was 4 years ago now.
Yeah, 2019.
Just to see the difference and hear the difference from when I heard you for the very first time to how much you have grown musically, and yet at the same time, there are some things that haven't changed.
Yeah, I don't know. I've listened back to the EP recently just to rehearse some of these old songs, and I think it's so funny to hear how our voices have changed.
Yes.
Like literally gotten deeper, and as we've gotten older.
Yeah, not so much for me. I don't like to.
Why not, Lily? Come on.
Well, I think Madeleine's voice sounds similar over the years, but mine you can definitely tell, especially like if I come across like old interviews from like, literally 11 years ago, like 2012, and it makes me like really sad. It's just weird to see yourself at 16. I don't know.
No, totally. It's like, oh my gosh, like what was I doing?
Yeah.
Now, don't talk about getting old just yet. Right. Now, you lived in New York for a while. Why did you come back home? Why did you come back here?
Complicated answer. I think short answer was we were touring for the record for Canterbury Girls at that point, and we were just never home. And rent was so expensive, so we were like, let's just let our apartment go for a bit, come back to Indy for the summer and regroup. And then, of course, that turned into where we are now with the pandemic and everything. It ultimately ended up being good timing, but I don't think it was never my intention to leave New York, but it just happened.
Now, does that make being a musician, being professional, does that make it more difficult not being in a media mecca like that?
So Lily and I have thought about this, and we've actually lived briefly in New York, Nashville, and LA, just to kind of see what those scenes are like.
Yeah.
See if we could make them our home and how much work we could get done there. And weirdly, I love being back in the Midwest because it is so affordable and because it is such a smaller pond with so much more opportunities for collaboration in the community. And then we save our money to go travel to these big industry meccas.
So you got another album coming out, first one in 4 years. Did the pandemic put anything on hold for you like it put everything else on hold for us?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't call this like a pandemic record because a lot of it was written in 2019 as well. And it's definitely not, I don't think the themes of it are like pandemic related. But yeah, I mean, we recorded it over the span of like 3 years. We just finished it about a year ago. And getting it out has been kind of a nightmare, to be honest. It's just taken so long, and we're nearing the end of the preparation.
Yeah, it's been such a big learning opportunity, if I'm trying to be optimistic here.
Right.
Because, it has been just like such a headache to try to get this out independently. It's really hard to be a professional musician with like little to no resources and to have taken so much time off and to come back. And people don't really understand how hard the industry is and that it's so dependent on these other players, agents, managers, labels. You can't really do everything yourself.
You're going to be playing a show with Public Universal Friend that WFYI is a part of, WFYI Live and Indie String Theory. It's at the White Rabbit Cabaret. Obviously, you're familiar with PUF.
Yeah, we love them, and we're so excited for the show. We've known Puff for maybe a year at this point, a little over a year. And Jody, who is like the lead band member and writer, is such a wonderful friend, such a talented artist. We are really excited to open for them and also have Jody, sing during our set. It's going to be a really beautiful collaborative night.
Lily and Madeleine, thanks so much.
Thank you.
I remember when you hit the jackpot. It was too absurd to be a dream.
There's more about Lily and Madeleine at their website, lilandmad.com. And you can find out more about the WFYI live concert, Public Universal Friend with Lily and Madeleine, happening this Friday. That's at WFYI.org/events.